Hey y'all, my name is Tim Catlett, and this is my beautiful story. I've been thinking about all those places where God's story and my story have crossed, and the one that's kept coming up in my mind is about 5 or 6 years ago. I was getting ready to head to seminary for the first time. I was processing really what it meant for the church to be the church. I'd come out of a software engineering background, was studied computer science, was living that life, and really started asking questions about how God's people could really be God's people in the world and what that looked like. Part of that for me was exploring this call to ministry, and at the same time as all that was happening, Katrina happened. I hit the Gulf Coast pretty hard, August 2005, and all the devastation that followed that. Well, for those 9 months following, I spent that in classrooms where I was reading people I had never read before, reading all this theology, learning about God, really at an intellectual level. Getting great language, being formed well by that. But that summer is where my life was transformed. I was invited to be a part of a team, my wife and I, to get down there and serve a church for 3 months that was really responding to Katrina well. And they had people coming in. We have 150 folks a week come in from all over the country, from Ohio, from Indiana, from North Carolina, from right here in Apex, to come down and just really there to care for God's people. They didn't necessarily have to be swinging a hammer all the time. Sometimes it was planting flowers. Sometimes it was painting walls. It was cleaning out houses. It was building relationship. But it was most of all being a part of God's kingdom coming, about healing happening, hope being restored, and just life touching life, about God's people really caring for one another. And for me, those 3 months of watching God at work through God's church in that place taught me more about who God was, about God's character, and about God's people than those first 9 months of seminary did. And I'm thankful for that, because that has made me the man I am, that has formed me into the pastor I am. And I'm thankful to have seen that beautiful thing happen in that place. And that is a beautiful story.